This episode of Breaking the Fourth Wall podcast or Breaking the Fourth Wall Weekly is brought to you by the Comic Collections. Come check out the Comic Collections at 83 Bustleton Pike, Feasterville, Pennsylvania, or give them a call at 215-357-3332 for all your collectibles and comic book and music needs. Contact the Comic Collections, 83 Bustleton Pike, Feasterville, Pennsylvania. That's 215-357-3332.
Hey everybody, it's CJ Graham. That's right, Jason Voorhees, Friday the 13th, Part 6, and you're listening to Breaking the Fourth Wall.
Hey everybody, welcome back to another exciting episode of Breaking the Fourth Wall Weekly. I hope everybody had a happy and safe Labor Day. That's why we're a day late on the show. We were all out barbecuing, getting drunk, and one of us got out of a really bad ticket. I'll leave it to your imagination to figure out who. Joining me tonight is Mr. Don Smith and Miss Serenity Stone. How you guys doing?
Oh, fabulous.
All right.
Yeah.
Between you and me, who had the really bad ticket?
Is that the trivia question for the night? Who had the really bad ticket?
Yeah, you could tell me. You could tell me right now. Nobody listens to the show anyway. All right, well, we're going to start out the way we always do, as long as he's ready, Mr. Don Smith with the news buffet.
I am never ready for the news buffet, so let's go ahead and start this shit.
Sounds about right.
We're going to just go with McDonald's to start off, and a question we've always wondered. The manager of a McDonald's franchise in Canada has revealed the story behind Grimace, the purple pal of longtime mascot Ronald McDonald.
The great purple god.
A lot of people very confused. Brian Bates, probably known by his employees as Master Bates, who has worked at the chain for 10 years, casually dropped into an interview with CBC News over the weekend. He's an enormous taste bud, but a taste bud nevertheless. Bates told the network in an unofficial explanation, adding that the character was meant to show that the food tastes good. If my taste buds swole up to a big purple giant tumor, I would say it's not tasting good.
Hey, look, I say this in all respect. All hail the great purple god of Grimace, but he's always looked like a polyp to me anyway.
Exactly. Grimace is a cancer. Same as McDonald's on the landscape of food. McDonald's is a cancer, hence Grimace.
But this guy...
Besides, if he is a taste bud, why would you name him Grimace? That's an expression you don't want to make if something tastes good.
Yeah, but I don't know if I could trust the source. I mean, this guy just popped in on an interview like they were interviewing somebody else, and he's just like, "Oh, hi, by the way, Grimace." Yeah.
It wasn't even an interview about McDonald's. He just reached in and said, "Hey, he's a fucking taste bud."
I don't know.
My guess is he had some shrooms.
Yeah.
And just wandered on to the set by accident, and nobody ID'd him.
He probably thought the world needed to know.
Exactly. But again, this is just his. I mean, sure, he's a manager at McDonald's, but does he really know?
Well, again, no. I don't know. I don't necessarily know I buy this, but I do have a McDonald's story that I would like to share.
Sure.
Couple days ago, I guess you'd call her my sister-in-law, was taking her daughter to McDonald's to get some food, and she was ordered a 6-piece chicken, for the kids' meal, the chicken nuggets. And when they got it in the car and they came back and they opened up the box, it wasn't 6 nuggets they put into the box. They filled the box with the fucking special sauce, the Big Mac.
I mean, not in anything. Just filled the box up with it.
Yeah, I'm looking for the picture now. I'll share it in the group chat. But
That's awesome.
They actually gave her a box of special sauce instead of six nuggets.
Well, that's the thing with McDonald's. It's always a crapshoot. When I go through the drive-in, I don't even tell them what I want. I just say guess, because they're going to give me whatever the fuck they want anyway.
Yeah.
You know?
Why would there be a...
What can I get you, sir? I don't care. You're going to give me whatever you want anyway. Just put some shit in a bag. I'll fucking eat it. I don't care.
Hey, just remember, these assholes think they deserve $15 an hour, and they can't even put 6 pre-cooked nuggets in a box.
Well, you know what? The ones that actually guess what I do want and get it right in the bag, I'll give those ones $15 an hour. Because every now and then it happens. It's like, son of a bitch, that's exactly what I would have ordered if you would have cared.
Here it is. Let me see here. Save the phone.
There are like 1 or 2 McDonald's that typically get an order right. Like, not that I'm a frequenter of McDonald's, but every now and then I'll swing by if I didn't bring my lunch to work one day. And there's like one that actually gets my order right 95% of the time, which to me is amazing.
In the group chat is the picture.
Okay, so I have a good story. So my daughter only likes McDonald's hamburger with cheese and ketchup on it. So I had Eric go get her a Happy Meal. He came home and he said, ketchup and cheese only for the burger.
They gave you a
burger, and there was no hamburger in there. It was just cheese and ketchup in the bun.
At least they
I told them
listened.
that was going to happen.
Oh yeah.
At least they listened. But no, seriously, look at that picture. So you see, I'm not bullshitting.
I saw it, and that's just a box filled with the special sauce.
What I love is on the upper lid is still the sweet and sour dipping sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went through one McDonald's drive-in. This has been years ago. I went through and I ordered a quarter pounder plain. They said, "Well, what do you mean plain?" I said, "I want cheese on it. It's quarter pound cheeseburger, plain, like nothing else other than cheese on the burger." So you want it plain? Yes, that's what it took like 5 minutes to convince this guy that it was plain. So I get it back to where I'm going, and it had everything on it except the damn cheese. I don't. It's half the time.
What the hell happened there? Bear with us, folks. I don't know what happened, but I got booted out of the conversation.
Bear with us. We don't know what we're doing. We're all talking about McDonald's. They're supposed to be having a damn
I'm here.
Show here.
I'm here. I hit a button. That was me.
Why are you always pushing my button?
This is why I'm not president of the United States, because I see a button, I have to press it.
That I understand. I can understand that.
So anyway, as you were saying about your plain cheese, you had to describe it. You know, I do that all the time. I battle that all the time with not McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts employees. When I ask for a coffee with extra cream and extra granulated sugar, I have to describe what granulated sugar is to these people. And the reason I'm saying granulated...
Now, out of curiosity, why do you have to specify granulated sugar? Were they putting powdered sugar in your coffee?
No, they use like this sugar syrup for sugar.
Okay.
So, you know, you don't want the syrup. You got to ask them for actual sugar. And you can't just say with sugar because they're like, okay, and they'll use the pump. But you try to say, like, you know, powdered sugar or regular sugar, they just look at you, like, sideways. It's granulated. You know, the shit in the packets. You had to argue with them over this stuff. Well, I can't just use the pump.
I think you guys are so picky at McDonald's. Like, of course they're going to fuck up your order if you're saying, give me a coffee with granulated sugar in it. Just say no.
I don't think that's being picky, though, you know, because we all know the pump is where you get the cancer.
No, it's simple syrup, which is like
No, you get cancer from everything. It doesn't matter. You're going to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm sure your health is not your number one concern.
But
They're not even real donuts. They're like they're like a science experiment where sugar was involved and there's some glowing ring of nuclear energy that they said, fuck it, let's call it a donut and sell it to people.
Well, dude, I had an argument with a Dunkin' Donuts employee one time getting a cup of coffee for my father-in-law, and of course, like most people his age, they substitute sugar with sweet and low. Now, not every place carries sweet and low, so you understand that, so you might have to get Splenda or the blue stuff or whatever, you know? But this person wanted to argue with me, we don't have sweet and low, you just take sugar. He's a fucking diabetic, you dumb bitch.
you just take that sugar.
You just take sugar.
Diabetic.
No sweet and low, you just take sugar. And yes, by the inflection I'm giving, she was a person of Orient descent.
So you're saying no substitution is what you're trying to say.
No, they're just telling me deal with what I give you.
No substitution. Anyway, moving on, because that got surprisingly racist.
I didn't mean it.
Right now.
Honestly, not that surprising. The stars of the upcoming live-action Cinderella movie banded together for a bizarre and somewhat unsettling attempt to promote the movie. A costume, Camila Cabello, James Corden, Idina Menzel, and Billy Porter, none of who I give a shit about, along with a group of background dancers, held up traffic at the Los Angeles intersection while they singing Jennifer Lopez's Let's Get Loud in a video shared by the Twitter account. And who gives a shit? I'm moving on to some actual news stories because that's dumb as hell. Who really cares? It's Cinderella. The live-action Cinderella apparently is the thing now.
Oh, it's freaking awesome! It's like
I'll
Moulin
take your
Rouge take
word
to
for it. I didn't, you know.
I saw a picture of a cross-dressing, transgender, gender-neutral fairy godmother. It was a black guy in a dress, but that was the only picture of it I've for that show I've seen. Yeah. But it wasn't Medea, because Medea had enough decency to, shave his face.
Okay, but you have to watch it. I have to say, at first, I was like, okay, I'm going to hate this movie. It was freaking good, okay? Like, they do a bunch of songs, like The White Stripes, freaking Seven Nation Army. I mean, there's some killer freaking music.
You're not selling me on this. You're not selling me on this at all with naming those bands.
No. It's Cinderella. We all know the story. Why do we need a live action one? Anyway.
It's not the only live action one, too. Let's just say that.
What's that?
It's not the only live action one. There was one in 2016.
Yeah, tells you how much I care. Dramatic. Let's go on to something more important. Somebody falling in a storm drain.
That works.
Which is where I would rather be than watching a live-action Cinderella movie.
Wait, let me guess.
Dramatic video shows the rescue of a 47-year-old man who fell nearly 30 feet down into a storm drain in New York City. NYPD and FDNY first responders saved the man whose forehead was slashed and leg was injured. I guess that's from the fall. They didn't just they pulled him out and then he got mugged.
It is New York.
Yeah, son of a bitch. He was jumped by a rat when he fell down there. He was mugged. The rat stole his wallet, cut him in the forehead, and then ran off to join the turtles in their sewer.
Didn't we tell you to stay out of our turf?
Survive. As we got down there, he was conscious. He was talking to us. He expressed pain in the ankle region, said Kenneth Logallo of the NYPD, according to WABC TV. As soon as we got the equipment that needed down there, we packaged him up. We packaged him up, and then the guys up top. What? All the help was excellent. This guy was drunk. This New York police officer was drunk when he did this interview, I'm thinking. Investigators found the man's brother at the scene and told authorities his brother had a history of mental illness and had called him after the fall left him trapped.
We told you to stay out of our club.
So the brother had a history of mental illness, and he shoved the other brother down the storm drain, or the one that fell down the storm drain had a history. I'm confused at this point. The victim allegedly was scaling a ladder of the water shaft near Queens Highway on Sunday morning. So he was scaling the shaft.
And wound up in the sewer.
And wound up in the wet hole.
Sounds like my love life.
You scale the shaft often?
You wish. You wish.
I do wish. Especially scaling the shaft. I mean, you girls make it look...
You wish your shaft was scalable. That's what it is.
Look, the ladies just make it look...
scaly. You should wash it more often if it's scaly.
Look, I'm just gonna be straight honest here. I mean, the girls make it look so fun. I want to try it. No, that's probably how gay people were born. I don't care if you're offended. It's a joke.
I'm not offended. I'm not a gay person. Nor was I born. I just slid down the shaft. Oh God! A West Virginia man was arrested last week after he allegedly... I just knocked everything on my desk over, including my vape. A West Virginia man was arrested last week after he allegedly chased his parents while wielding an axe and a bow and arrow, telling deputies that he had to kill them to get the demons out, according to a local report. Johnny
shit.
Carson York Jr.
Johnny Carson?
Johnny Carson York Jr.
Oh, fuck.
Not just Johnny Carson York, but Johnny Carson York Jr. That means his dad was also named Johnny Carson. Allegedly tried to hurt his family members on Friday at their home in Bramwell, a small town near the state's southern border with Virginia. As deputies with the Mercer County Sheriff's Department were responding to the call, an emergency dispatcher alerted them the situation escalated, and York was now trying to shoot them with a bow and arrow.
Oh my God,
Christ.
is Robin Hood on the
Nice.
loose or something?
Well, he started with an axe, and the thing is, with an axe, you have to be up close. And once they get a certain distance, you got to switch it up. You got to go with the bow and arrow or some kind of projectile weapon. If your axe throwing skills are not up to par, and if there's more than one of them, you're going to need more than one throwing axe to get them. This makes total sense.
Yeah. It's like a nightmare gone wrong.
Right. Deputies arrived and reportedly learned from a family member that York had been asked to put away some items in a shed before it started to rain. My guess is he was asked to put away the other bodies. York then allegedly threw a lighter at the family member and chased both with a maul. A fucking maul.
This is seriously one of those bad day moments, isn't it?
Exactly. The parents were able to hide and call 911, which was then when they said York tried to shoot them with a bow and arrow. Get off the phone! Oh, Jesus.
You kicked me off the internet. I was trying to get on AOL.
My biggest question is, what was he asked to put away that caused this?
His scaling shaft.
Yeah. Put that little thing away.
What do you mean, little? Jr.? What do you mean, little? I'll show you, little. Where's my bow and arrow?
Yep, here's Johnny.
Compensating again, are you, Johnny?
Oh, man. Johnny Carson York Jr.
Fucking A. Has anybody contacted the actual Johnny Carson to see how he feels about this?
Yeah.
He's still alive?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe somebody got to him with a bow and arrow before this whole thing occurred.
Well, I mean, if he's not on Earth, you could always Ouija him.
Yeah, let's Ouija Johnny.
On next week's episode.
Ouija and your Johnny is as bad as scaling the shaft. I'm telling
There's the name of the show.
Yeah, Ouija. Well, let's Ouija Johnny.
Holy shit. There's the name of the show right there. Disregard the text message, Serenity. I'm just making sure I don't forget it.
Oh, did you just message me with what I think you did?
Yeah, my scaly shaft.
Okay.
No, I just messaged you the title of the show so I don't forget it by the end of the show.
Right, because we don't want to forget that. We don't want to forget the Ouija, Johnny. A banana tree. It's a good way to start. A banana tree was planted in a pothole in the middle of a Florida road in an apparent act of protest to draw attention to the condition of the pavement. Witnesses said two men were seen tending the tree in the middle of Honda Drive in Fort Myers after planting it in a large pothole in the middle of the roadway. Driver said the road is fraught with potholes that have caused damage to cars that failed to swerve around them. Those who frequent the road said the tree makes the pothole easier to spot. Well, no shit. You can either swerve the pothole or hit a tree. But it hasn't solved the road's problems. The tree makes it harder to get around to the next pothole that's right next to it. Because normally I just drive over the pothole, but because there's a big tree, you can't drive through the tree. This guy's brilliant. Daylight come and me one go home. He's tallying his bananas in the pothole.
That's the only thing that popped in my head as soon as you said banana tree in a pothole.
Yeah, if he wants to tally me bananas in the pothole, that's as bad as Ouija and your Johnny almost, and scaling your shaft. We're having
a blast.
So much.
I gotta say that's fucking brilliant. Normally from Florida, you would expect them to plant like a naked woman in a sewer drain, but you know, a banana tree in a pothole. I actually have to applaud that. That's pretty fucking ingenious.
Well, yeah, it makes sense to me. Lee County officials said the road is privately owned, so the potholes won't be repaired by county crews. They said it's up to the road's owners to have the pavement repaired. You can own the roads in Florida.
I was about to say,
who
would want to?
China's the main one who owns our roads and highways, so call China. See if they'll pay for it.
There you go. Can we get these potholes fixed? Nope, you get banana tree. No substitution.
You fucking stole my joke, Smith. I even took the breath ready to go with the fucking racist Chinese accent and everything else.
Oh my god.
Yep, you were going with the racist throwback to your earlier racism. I love it.
Yeah, that's it. That's a callback. Hey, just like Jen Psaki, I'm circling back. A
14-year-old aspiring engineer in New Jersey used a 3D printer to create a prosthetic hand for a friend who is missing multiple fingers on one hand. Sammy Salvano. Hey, just talk to Sammy the hand. Sammy Salvano, 14 of Medford, said he spent most of the summer designing and 3D printing the prosthetic hand for his friend Ewan Kirby. Kirby said Salvano's invention allowed him to pick up his mother's car keys for the first time, and son of a bitch, they were gone.
Always in the last place you look. Hey, Sammy, what you doing? Oh, I'm making this for Paulie Fingers. Yeah, he's in a pinch right now.
This is going to Sammy the Hand Salvano. The homemade device offered a low-cost alternative to commercial prosthetics, which can cost between $3,000 and $30,000. This is a 14-year-old with a 3D printer that printed a hand. I'm guessing he got stopped before the rest of the naked woman printed out.
Weird science. Actually, I was thinking he disappeared like an enemy of fucking Hillary Clinton because Pharma's like, wait a minute, no, you can't make cheap alternatives.
Yeah, no kidding. We can't have cheap alternatives to any medical anything.
Right. But no, I mean, actually, this one feels like it belongs in Colin's corner. That's kind of a feel-good thing.
It does. This guy, he's entering the 8th grade. He's entering the 8th grade, so an 8th grader that designed and printed up a prosthetic hand for his friend. That is way too much of a feel-good story for this show. for the
Right?
news buffet. It doesn't belong here.
Sammy, if you ever listen to the show, which I don't know why your parents would ever let you, honestly, man, keep doing that, man. You can make some buku bucks for yourself. You'd be helping out a hell of a lot of people. That's a great fucking story. But yeah, send our regards to Paulie and of course, the Godfather that put you up to this because
Exactly.
nothing but respect.
Sammy the Hand Salvano. He's the one to turn to if you need help down there. And where the hell was that? New Jersey. It's Jersey. Yeah. Don't go. That's Sammy the Hand's territory in Jersey. You don't want to go over there.
All right, now I don't believe a word of this story. I don't think any of it happened because there ain't nobody that fucking smart in New Jersey.
This is the only one. This is a kid, and he's moving out as soon as he gets a chance.
As soon as his car is finished printing.
Right, as soon as he finishes printing up that naked chick and gets his mom's car keys, they are out of there. An Idaho man enlisted the help of his 5-year-old son to break a Guinness World Record for the fastest 10-meter shuttle run while pushing a stroller. David Rush, who has broken more than 200 Guinness records to promote STEM education, said the stroller run record had been on his radar for a couple of years. He had to have a baby real quick first. But he had to wait for his son to meet the minimum weight requirements of 44 pounds. Rush posted the video to YouTube showing how he had to start by setting up the stroller, then scooped his son up into the seat, ran the required 10-meter distance, and broke the stroller down. With his son still inside.
Oh, poor kid.
Who has yet to recover. No, I made that last part up. No, he apparently it's all about how quick you scoop the kid up and how quick you get him out so you can break the stroller back down.
See, ladies, this is why you need a man in your life. This is why you need a husband for fucking parlor tricks like this.
Right. The team's time to beat was 15 seconds, and they managed to do it in 10.04 seconds. So that is impressive. If you need to get to the car really quick with a stroller.
I mean, I've had a couple strollers that were pretty fucking complicated. I had a double stroller made by Jeep, no less. That was pretty fucking weird to fucking break down and put away.
Is it made by Jeep?
It was made by Jeep.
Yeah,
I kid you
Jeep
not.
strollers are awesome.
Interesting.
Yep.
So I applaud because they can get difficult. It's not like the old days with the old umbrella ones.
Had I known Jeep made strollers, I might have had a kid.
Why?
Just to take the little shit off-roading.
Well, truth be told, it wasn't worth a shit off concrete.
Yeah, well, maybe that was your kid.
Hey. You might be right, but still, hey.
You ever think of that? Maybe it wasn't the stroller. Maybe your kid just isn't a good off-roader.
All of a sudden, Jeff Foxworthy pops in my head. I know a friend who's so proud because her son stands out on the front porch and goes, pain. I said, well, goddamn, he's 14 years old. Hate to break your heart, but he's going to have a job with his name on his shirt.
Yep, exactly. Printing out hands. Okay, we're going to keep it outdoors. A herd of goats and rams rented to graze on an overgrown Michigan lawn wandered away from the home and were rounded up by police. The Southfield Police Department said officers responded to a report of loose goats wandering through a neighborhood Monday and arrived to find several goats and rams behind a resident's home. The resident told police the animals did not belong to him. Wink, wink. The goats and rams were rounded up and taken to Macomb County Animal Control. Police said the animals had been rented from a Tecumseh farmer to clear overgrowth from a Southfield lawn, but they got loose and went wandering through town. They will be returned to their owner, police said. So there you go. Goats have become a popular eco-friendly alternative to traditional landscaping services in recent years. Oh, yeah. Maybe that's what I need. My yard is a fucking wreck.
You know what? I almost feel like this is a Disney movie or something like that, and I think the moral of the story is the grass is always greener on the other side.
Right. They didn't just want to eat the lawn, they were being paid to eat. They took it upon themselves to do a public service for the rest of the town, and they got in trouble for it. Got arrested.
I really want a goat. I really think that would be a benefit to me, and I would no longer have to use a lawnmower or have a kid to use a
Right.
lawnmower.
Wait, you just had 2 kids. Couple more years, they'll be pushing the lawnmower while you're drinking your fucking Daytinis and everything else. Fucking just
That's
wait.
true. That's true. You are growing up. You're growing your own gardeners.
So I have a riding tractor. I don't have a small backyard, so I have one of those John Deere riding tractors that has the lawnmower thing on the front of it too. I don't want to put my kid on that.
Why not?
Exactly.
'Cause it's kind of
They got to learn sometime. I mean, not when they're infants. Yeah,
5.
you know.
Oh, I mean, my oldest is 5. You know.
Okay, that's about time. She should be able to use a push mower by the time she's 5.
Yeah, right.
I was.
Cool.
Just
Unusual punishment.
Just hire a landscaper for one job and have her stand out there and watch, because you're going to be doing it next week. See how they do it?
I was shooting rifles at 5.
Damn. My kid's
I mean,
lagging
not on my own. I didn't go to the range and buy my own
Okay.
ammo. Yeah.
But I mean, like, you held the gun by yourself. You didn't have someone, like,
Right.
just put it in your hands and just let you take one shot
Right.
or 2
I mean,
shots.
it wasn't a shotgun, but yeah, it was. You know, I could use the rifle. I mean, I knew what the hell it was for. There was a difference in the whole training. Then, but yeah, I was probably
You're like a dog.
I was probably mowing the yard about that time too.
Okay, little Donnie.
Wow.
I want you to point straight ahead and remember, never use this in anger. But any strange people that don't belong in the neighborhood, or that fucking cat that Mrs. Wallaby keeps letting out and shitting in our yard, you can shoot them
Get it
all
with
you want.
the lawnmower.
Good Lord, I'm really going to dark places today. Let's keep going.
Well, that is it. That is
I
your
sent
news
you a couple
buffet
of-
for the evening.
Wait, I sent Don a couple of dark places on Facebook Messenger to go over.
Oh man, so so now I'm taking requests too.
Welcome to success.
Son of a bitch.
You are. Well,
I'm
this
not
was-
seeing them.
You don't see them on Facebook Messenger. From
Oh,
me.
okay. You sent them personally to me.
Yes,
Okay.
personally. They are sent to you. There's
And
two
they're
there,
both
but-
people dying in pits of shit.
That is pretty dark.
Well, I don't. Well, it depends on the shit, you know. Depends on the amount of iron in their diet.
Hey, just
Well, the first one was on my news station the other day. But the second one, I just couldn't help but laugh and
Right,
send it
because
to
this one's in Denver, so yeah, that's right there with you.
you. Yeah.
Yep, a death at a dairy farm in LaSalle has become a rallying cry for a bill about farm worker rights. Juan Ponzo Temoxtle, I guess, was operating a manure vacuum truck. That sucks shit. At Shelton Dairy, when it somehow ended up in a manure pit. Somehow, they don't know how. It's a truck that sucks up shit. Maybe it sucked itself in.
That's like a black hole scenario, isn't it?
Yeah, all of his coworkers who watched him drown in the pit, including his uncle, they really tried. They did everything they could.
How do I post this on Instagram?
Right.
They held their nose.
He had only been on the job 6 weeks and was still being trained on the truck when the accident happened. Yeah, that's terrible.
That is terrible.
That's a load of shit.
That's a shitty way to go.
Yeah. Unsafe working conditions. Yeah,
Okay, now-
that is true. That's very unsafe.
Look at that last one I sent you.
Oh, this is just from the fumes. Is this in Ohio?
It smells like it.
Probably.
Yes, it is, because I've heard about this on my news.
Just proof we get
And
our real news.
I am not going to read this simply because I have heard enough about them. I didn't know them personally. I know people who knew them. And this is not something I'm even
So
going to
it's
joke
real?
about with this one.
This is actually real.
Yes, this is real.
What do you think? We report fake news on the news buffet?
Yeah, all of my news is real. I mean, I always have to double check when you send them because I don't know for sure. I haven't done my homework on them, but this one,
you don't do your homework
the
on
Three
yours.
Brothers in St. Henry, Ohio. I have heard about that. I knew the story. I'm not going to read and make fun of that one.
Damn, I thought it was a fake story.
Nope.
Damn,
nope.
How
Don.
is that even possible?
Don has morals. Okay.
Well, it's literally too close to home.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
If he didn't know people who know people, we would be tearing this story up.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, I would have made fun of it till the end of the time, you know. We talked about the poor guy out in Denver that got swallowed up in a shit pit. I mean, but I guess he knew people too, so.
But you didn't know those people that he knew.
But I didn't know the people he knew.
Wow.
But I mean, the little farming communities like that, especially around here, they're very, very close, very tight-knit family communities.
But why?
And I grew up in one of those. I didn't grow up in St. Henry, but I grew up in one of the tight little kind of farming communities in the area, so I know how that can happen and how it affects the whole community when that shit does take place, because it's tragic. All three brothers were taken that way, and
yeah,
it
but
just kind of
my question, as I get my headset back on.
See, I just saw the headline. I didn't even read anything about what happened.
Like, why is this week all these people dying in shit-related accidents? So.
Oh, it's not just this week. It happens all the time.
But particularly this week, we've had.
Well, it looks like the one in Denver was like the day before this one. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Yeah, it's a string of maybe the shit is fighting back.
The shit is hitting the fan. Is that what you wanted to say?
Yeah. It's the what was that stupid ass movie that where the plants were fighting back? Maybe this is the shit that's fighting back.
Oh, The Happening. Yeah.
Yeah, The Happening. This is the crappening.
That's not where my mind went. I was thinking Kevin Smith and Dogma. You know, the fucking Golgothan, the shit demon.
No, we are witnessing the crappening right now. So. Hey, that is it for your news buffet. Thank you for hanging on to the edge for this one again, too.
And yes, folks, this is presented from our presentation of what happens when you Ouija your Johnny.
Or scale your shaft.
Or scale your shaft. I worked too hard for that joke. I worked way too hard for that one. Thank you, Don. Serenity, you have anything?
You're more than welcome.
Serenity, you have anything to add to the topic of conversation?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Oh, shit. I've got nothing for after hours either. I was really counting for other people to be here. I mean, I guess we can continue on our picking on fast food restaurant chains.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do with that, though. I mean, they've been pretty much battered for a long time.
But the funny thing is they don't seem to get the fact that they are the butt of the jokes.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
I think they do. They're just still making money, so they don't give a damn.
Yeah, I guess as long as a fat person who's about to lose their leg wants a Big Mac.
My leg is fine, thank you very much. I had a Big Mac for lunch today. It was actually pretty decent. It's the most lettuce I've had in a while.
See, it's damn near vegetarian.
Yeah, I know, and they got it right today. Well, really, all it is a salad. It's just in a different form because you use your croutons for buns. You know, so it's a chef salad because you got a little bit of meat in there. You got cheese, lettuce, salad dressing. You're good to go. Yes. I had a Big Mac salad for lunch.
Yes, I will make sure we are all canceled right here and now. I'm going to break the secret of the secret sauce. It's Thousand Island dressing.
Exactly. It's fucking salad dressing. It's a salad in a box. In a bun. That's a crouton, if you're creative enough.
It's just not stale yet. Well, kind of.
Right. It depends on which McDonald's you go to. And it depends on who's making it. It can be pretty fucking stale from time to time.
That's true. That is true. You know what? After this weekend, I knew like last week when we canceled the show, I knew last week that I had a topic of conversation. I've been sitting here through the whole entire news buffet trying to remember what the fuck it was. And I've got nothing. I really can't think of what it... Because I know the last couple shows we've been getting kind of dark with After Hours, so I had a funny story I wanted to talk about. And I can't remember what the fuck it is.
That's terrible.
That is terrible. I should start writing shit down. My business might work better.
You reach a certain age, you got to start writing everything down.
Yeah, if I would do that for my business, I'd have better clientele.
Well, there you go.
So you know what? If nobody's got nothing, I say we call this one an early one. We got a 30-minute episode in there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan to me. It's just the news buffet, and sometimes that's all you need to just make people stop listening.
Well, first we got to get them to start listening before they stop.
Right.
All right, well, we'll go around the board. I'll take care of Serenity because I know she never likes to give anything out. If you're interested in music or anything else or just want to have a topic of conversation with her, contact us at rumblemithsentertainment@gmail.com, and subject matter, it's Serenity, and we'll know to get it to her. Other than that, she doesn't want to talk to you. Don, where can they find you?
You can find, I still have my website out there, thelife1069.com. The Life radio show, still debating on whether or not I want to bring it back. I might not. All the information on the website's out of date, but you can always find me on Facebook. You can follow me on Twitter. I don't really tweet a lot of twats, so you can follow me on Twitter, but you'll be disappointed. You can follow me on Facebook. You'll probably be equally disappointed. You could follow me around through my daily routine, and you will be severely disappointed. No matter where you're following me, you're going to be upset, and eventually I'm going to catch you and say, "Who the fuck are you, and why are you following me?" But I do have several movies out right now on Tubi TV. It's a newer streaming service. It's a free streaming service, which sadly means it has commercials. But I do have several movies out on that. You can find Black Mamba, 6 Feet Below Hell, King Killer. There's one at the Goocher, I think, is on that, and hopefully coming out soon is going to be Black Wolf. I'm currently working on 3 different projects. Eat the Rich is already done with principal photography. I'm working on Bulletproof Jesus, where I get to play Lucifer, which is super fun. And I'm still working on Big Trouble in Jackass Flats, where I get to play Mayor Harvey Wallbanger. So a lot of fun stuff coming up. That's all I can say. Check some stuff out.
Actually, they reminded me, I don't have it up right now, but I saw you promoting something on Facebook the other day. Somebody's returning to stand-up comedy?
It's a funny story how that happened. A couple weeks ago, not this past weekend, but the weekend before on Sunday, I host this is the 3rd time in a row I have got the opportunity to host the charity auction at the Trans Am Nationals. So I did that a couple Sundays ago, and I was trying like hell to find somebody to cover for me because I really didn't want to do them. Because it's like 3 hours of nonstop talking, and I've been kind of avoiding that for a while. I mean, I don't do my show much anymore. I'm always grateful when we cancel.
Wow.
But I got a hold of Kevin Rupert, who had filled in for me part of the 2019 with the Trans Am Nationals. He'd filled in for part of it, and I was trying to get him to do it, and he said he was busy and wasn't able to do it, but hey, I'm putting together a comedy show. So I said, all right, shit, I'll do it. And that'll be my first time on stage in over a year. And I have another one following that shortly after in November. So I do have a couple of comedy shows coming up here in the area. So
you looking forward to it, or are you a little nervous since it's been so long?
I'm a little nervous because I mean all my old shit is just it seems exactly like that. It's old shit. I don't want to do old material that I haven't done in over a year because it's not going to match anything that's going on in my life now.
Huh. Just go up.
I like to be honest in my comedy. I like to talk about the shit that's going on in my world. I like to talk about the things that are upsetting me. I like to basically use it as therapy, and I don't want to do old jokes because it just doesn't have the same meaning to me now that it did then.
Well, then I'll tell you what you do. You go up with a bar stool on the stage and an old 80s style boombox with a cassette tape. And you set the boombox down on the chair and you put the tape in, you hit play, and it's nothing but like highlights from our podcast. Just let it run, and you just stand there, blank stare.
if I'm going to bomb on stage, I'm going to do my own shit.
Then just play news buffet stuff.
Right, but it just doesn't have any meaning to me.
Man, I'm feeling the love today.
I'm kidding. I love the news buffet. Did I mention I was quitting? No, I'm kidding.
And on that note, guys, if you enjoyed this episode in any capacity, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, comment, subscribe. Check out all the other great podcasts of Breaking the Fourth Wall Entertainment. And if you prefer us in audio-only format, you can find us on Anchor.fm, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, or wherever quality podcasts can be heard. And, of course, guys, if you enjoy video gaming stuff, we have reopened Chris Wild Plays on Twitch.tv, where I will be streaming video game plays simply because I'm fucking bored. Until then, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll catch you on the next Breaking the Fourth Wall Weekly, which will probably be in 2 or 3 weeks, depending on if Don decides to show up.